Try to get this live stream on right now. If you guys saw it, it popped on for a second and then it popped right off. So we're talking about Deion Sanders today, Coach Prime. Obviously, one of the best players of all time. NFL, one of the best coaches now, arguably, people will say, trying to turn a program around. Colorado. But the question is now, is he doing the right things? Did he do the right things for college football? And did he ruin college football? A lot of people are saying that Deion Sanders actually ruined college football with the way that he's changed the programs to leave jump ship, how NIL has changed. I'm not saying that was Deion Sanders. I'm not saying that he changed all of NIL, but he's a big reason why players obviously will jump ship, head where they got to go. You saw how quick Shedeur Sanders, his son, Travis Hunter, players like that, his other son also jumping ship, heading out to Colorado. And welcome to the live stream this morning, 10 o'clock, as we're jumping on here, talking about some interesting conversation, if you can hear me okay. Good morning, Jeff Lee. Good morning to you. Nathan, good morning to you. Kiko, welcome to the live stream. We appreciate you coming in. Listen, the fact that you guys hang out with me on the way to the office. We have a new headquarters we're building out. So excited to tell you about this. Trying to do this the right way as we're driving here in motion. I will tell you something. I'm excited about what Deion Sanders has brought to college football. But at the same time, you look at people like Nick Saban, right? And Nick Saban left the game and he goes, look, I can't control what these players are doing anymore. And it's just a whole nother method of college football. If you guys can hear me okay, please put a Y in the chat. Let me know. You guys can hear me okay because we're getting ready to do some of these morning shows as we jump in the car. As the studio is expanding, guests are coming in. We're heading to one of the destinations that we're building out that you guys are going to absolutely love. Live guests coming on. I'm heading there right this very moment, which is exciting. And I will tell you this, in Miami right now, it is freaking cold this morning. A lot of people say it's not cold. All right, it's in the 50s, people. It's in the 50s. It was in the 40s when I woke up. And people that are not in Miami, that are up north, especially Pimple Mama's in the building. Up there, we know where you're at up there in a little bit colder weather, right? Let's be honest. A little colder up there. Everyone that's in the chat right now. Deion Sanders is at this very point. Did he help or hurt Colorado? Put him on the map tremendously. But now it's like if he leaves and jumps ship from Colorado, did he just ruin Colorado's program? Did he just ruin the whole franchise, or I should say organization, sorry, not franchise. Did he ruin them? Because now they're going to search for a coach. Players are going to be jumping ship. They're trying to chase Deion Sanders around the map. And here's the problem. Shedeur, and I apologize, I'm a little bit cars here coming by, but you know what the situation comes down to? The fact that Deion Sanders now is going to head into the NFL. And here's the thing. If he heads into the NFL to coach Shedeur Sanders, right? Why? Travis Hunter, these guys, because he wants them to have a good experience in the NFL. It's like he's trying to control their future, which, look, I get it. As a dad, as a father figure, you want the best for your kids, and I get that. And that wholeheartedly is probably great. It's inspirational to a lot of people. And good morning, Brenda in the live stream. Good morning to you. If you're coming into the chat right now, we love you and appreciate you. We're talking about Deion Sanders leaving college football. And again, my camera is a little crazy right now. Should be backed up like that, but we're in the car and we're trying to work what we got right now until the new headquarters is updated. If he heads to the NFL and jump ship, everyone tap that screen and hit that like button. Let's run that like button up. Let's get all the people into the building this morning. Deion Sanders was an inspiration, literally, to college football, bring all these players and hyping it up. But now if he jumps ship and goes to the NFL so fast, jumping teams like that, right? Obviously, money talks. I get it. But his son, his family, his other son, if they go to the NFL, he's going to leave and go. And Colorado is kind of set with, they're in shambles, if you ask me. They're going to be in shambles because now they don't have a coach. They got to find a coach. They're not going to be able to replace Deion Sanders as the charismatic person, the guy who can go out there and recruit, the guy who can bring in players every single day. People are jumping ship from Florida State, Penn State, Michigan, Notre Dame, Wisconsin, LSU, Texas, everywhere. These players were jumping ship, heading all over the place, jumping out there. Now Deion Sanders goes, all right, I did what I had to do here. It's time to roll. Let me get to the NFL. Now, when he gets to the NFL, right, he gets to the NFL, he wants to go where his kid's going to go. So now Think about this for a second. His kid, obviously, the NFL is looking at his kid. A lot of teams are looking at his son, Shedeur, right? He doesn't know where he's going to go. So now he's trying to project it. He's trying to meet with these teams. Hey, look, Jets, you guys suck this year. Let's be honest. Jets were fucking horrible. So now the Jets suck. They're going to get a high pick. The Jets are going to go in and get a high pick. They need a quarterback. Let's be honest. The Jets need a quarterback. Aaron Rodgers, great quarterback for a long time. Let's just say pretty damn good. I hope he didn't ruin his freaking Hall of Fame, opportunity because of the last couple years has been absolute shit in New York. But now Deion Sanders is like, look, the Jets are trash. They're going to try to get his son. They need a quarterback. He's like, I need to leave and go coach. So now Deion Sanders may be inquiring to coach for the New York Jets. Right? That's the conversation right now. Deion Sanders in New York with the media of New York with the opportunities to bring his son there, right? Conversation. They want to bring Travis Hunter there. Like, it gets to the point where, and look, I love what he's doing as a father figure, as a role model, pushing his son. I think that's phenomenal. But what I'm saying is now it becomes a little bit of manipulation, right? And this is nothing. The manipulation I'm going to talk about, I'm not trying to say it's in a negative way. He's trying to do it for a positive light for his family and his kid. Then the whole NFL is like, wait a second. Anybody, anytime. Like, so now he's going to try to take a job, and that's where his son is going to go. Deion Sanders is not going to go coach for the Jets, and then his son goes plays for the Miami Dolphins. Like, that's not going to. He's going to go coach where his son is going to play. And if he goes to, listen, the Dolphins is in question. The New York Jets is in question. Why? Because the Jets suck this year. The Dolphins suck this year. And what do they need? They need quarterbacks. Where will Deion Sanders like to live? If he's in New York, he gets to run the media of New York. I mean, big time New York. Obviously, Jets play in New Jersey, but they are considered the New York Jets, the New York Giants. That stadium, they have tons of media opportunities, and that is exactly why this makes sense for Deion Sanders to go out there and publicly run the NFL from trades, getting players, the charismatic approach. But did Deion Sanders ruin Colorado? And I'm going to read some of your messages here in a second if you're watching this right now. Where will Deion Sanders go? Where will Deion Sanders coach? Should he up and jump ship in Colorado? Is he ruining Colorado? Will he now? Listen, did the NCAA get ruined with NIL? We got players that are going to come on here live and talk to us, which is going to be phenomenal. Players, former players, and also current players that are entering the draft are going to come on and talk about their experience, what it's like behind the scenes, what it's like training for the draft. I can tell you a lot of information on that firsthand. Training at Bomberito Sports down here in South Florida. Great opportunities, meeting some cool people. But at the end of the day, you start to try to look at what's the reality of Deion Sanders coaching the NFL to coach his son. So then you look at it and go, obviously he's going to have the manipulation of where he's going to go because he's going to meet with his coaching staff. If they hire him as a head coach, they're going to draft his son. It just matters of will the team before that grab his son in the draft. That's the question, right? And you look at Colorado and you go, Colorado, man, they're in freaking shambles right now because they're going to lose their head coach. And that was the only reason. And I'm not saying that Colorado isn't a good place to go. I'm not saying Colorado out there in Boulder isn't a good school. I'm not saying that people don't like going out and hanging out, in Denver and enjoying out there in the mountains. I'm not saying people don't love it. What I'm saying is, for college football purposes, they had a decent program. This past year, they had a powerhouse media program. When I could put on a football game, I was not watching Florida State. I was not watching these other teams. I was watching Colorado because it was literally a massive opportunity to enjoy. And by the way, my phone's bouncing all over the freaking place here. It's attached to my visor, and it's not tight on here like it should be, so I could be on here in a good conversation with you guys as I'm moving on the road here. But what I'm saying is, Colorado is a good school, but it wasn't a powerhouse. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And now Deion Sanders, a powerhouse figure, a powerhouse, I guess if you want to say coach, has transformed that program, has transformed their social media, has transformed. You go on their Instagram right now, you would think that they work out of the White House. They have so much media. People type it in Colorado Buffaloes. People didn't even know there were Colorado Buffaloes. And no disrespect to them, but they were just Colorado. Colorado Buffaloes is on the map now thanks to Deion Sanders. And now if he jumps ship, people are going to go, That's not the same Colorado that we watched the last couple years. That's not Colorado with Deion Sanders and Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter. It's not that team. If you're watching this live right now and you agree, tap that screen, hit that like button right now. If we can get 20 likes on this video in the next 1 minute, I'm throwing a free $100 out in the chat right now. I'm just telling you, that's how we work, how we roll, we build together here in the program. And I see Kiko in here. I see Duncan in here. Cam Duncan, welcome to the live stream. People in there. Where should Deion Sanders go? Jeff Lee, where should Deion Sanders go? I see people in here. I see Nathan said Tennessee. Look, I'm sorry. He said Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter. He said Travis Hunter will go to Tennessee. But what I'm saying is this. There comes a point in time where you look at programs. There comes a point in time where you look at Deion Sanders as a public figure and literally selecting his route. Good for him. Good for his son. Look, I'm not knocking him at all. It's just, will college football allow this to operate like that? Nick Saban left college football. You want to know why Nick Saban left college football? Because him and his wife took pride in bringing in these young men, like literally as they came in, 17 years old, 18 years old, and helping them grow and learn, become professionals on and off the field. And that is why the Alabama program grew so well. And there's other things I'm sure people will say about Nick Saban, the Crimson Tide, Alabama. Great program. It doesn't matter how you spin it. I don't care what direction you spin it. Alabama was a massive and still is a massive program because of Nick Saban, the culture in Alabama. And on top of that, the way that they transform those men into young men, sophisticated men, professional men on and off the field. And that's why he took such great pride in that organization. And now Nick Saban's like, I don't know what to do. He woke up and players were in the transfer portal. And he's like, I'm going to practice here. My starting left guard or my starting right tackle or my starting defensive end or whatever. These are players that you're looking to win a national championship with, an opportunity where those players come to your house. The rookies that are coming in as they're looking at players, the recruits, they come in, you build the camaraderie, you build the love, the inspiration of all the players and the teammates and all that in the locker room. That shit's gone. That's NFL now. College football, especially in big-time football, is now the NFL. You walk into a college locker room now, it's like walking into the NFL where you got your quarterback and the next day his ass is gone. Or you walk in and your linebacker, I want to leave here. Or Tyreek Hill, talked about him yesterday. Got to go back and watch that video. Phenomenal player, a guy that a lot of people love. Listen, analytics said that he was the number one player in NFL coming into this season. Guess what? He made it very clear. I'm out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. Well, will he be here or not? We'll find out about that. But once he hit the media, I was saying this yesterday, now people are like, well, we don't want Tyreek Hill here. Doesn't want to be here anymore. But then college football wasn't like that. College football was a place to go where you'd play for a couple years. And guess what? If you decided you want to leave early, if you want to leave 3 years outside of high school football, you didn't have to be in college for 3 years, but you had to be out of high school for 3 years. And hey, you know what? I'm leaving. But you put your time in that university. You put your time in that school. You put your time in that locker room, blood, sweat, tears, all of that environment. And you become a great NFL, prototype recruit player, and you're gone. You're in the draft. Nowadays, people are like, well, I play for Texas, but next year I'm thinking, USC is going to give me some money, so I'm going to head out. I'm going to dip out. I'm going to head to, another school. And then more people are like, well, now I looked at Penn State, or, hey, I just talked to Oklahoma. They're going to give me more money, and I'm leaving. Look, it's a great opportunity for players. I'm not saying that, especially injuries. I tore my ACL in college. If I could have got paid freshman year, shit, I would have been super happy. And listen, that's my whole take on that is I get why these players want to jump ship because you're getting money and nothing's guaranteed to you. All respect to them. Get your money. And these parents that are showing up to these teams that are like, look, my kid's coming to your school, but what is he going to get? Right? Like Nick Saban's wife, I believe, said that, was like, look, we're used to these recruits coming in and they show up and they see the school, they see the stadium, they come to our house, and we tell them we want to build them into young men, successful men, professionals on and off the field. And the parents are like, yeah, but how much money is my kid getting? And that's the reality right now. The reality is, how much money am I getting? And guess what? If you're not going to provide that money right now, those big-time recruits aren't going there. We got even people, the alma mater, the booster club, those kind of things that are able to develop money and build funds to bring in the star quarterback. So the smaller schools with less money don't have the opportunity to do that. So Colorado now, back to the point at hand, is with Deion Sanders in Colorado, the fact that he's like, you know what? I came here. I brought my kids out of Jackson State. I brought Travis Hunter here. I brought a nice collective group of people here. We did our best to build the organization. We did our best to put Colorado on the map. We've built your social media times a million for marketing opportunities. You guys can now go out and recruit players everywhere, but they will not, mark my word, people, right now, as I'm driving down Old Color, heading in downtown Miami. I'm based in South Florida. I got my jacket on because it's cold this morning. A lot of people will say, shut up, it's not cold. Well, guess what? It was in the 40s today in Miami, and people in Miami do not see the goddamn cold weather in the 40s. I can tell you that. So you guys believe in the transfer portal. In the chat right now, let me know. Do you believe in the transfer portal? Do you like how Deion Sanders has treated this situation? And I'm not hating on Deion Sanders. I'm trying to get Shedeur to come on the show and hang out with us in the new studio here in Miami. We have awesome players that are going to be coming on here. You guys are going to enjoy it. I'm heading to that studio right now to take a look at that and see what it's going to look like. We got the chairs lined up for players to sit down and have conversation. And we have the studio of the ESPN desk lined up and ready to rock and roll right on the water in Miami. It's going to be phenomenal. Heading there right now to see what's going on with this little studio setup development, to see what that will be like. But what I'm trying to get across to you guys, and the question I have to you guys, and you guys got to answer me in the chat. All people in the live stream right now, everybody hit that like button right now. Hit that thumbs up button. Bring that shit up. We got to rack that up. If you guys all hit the like button right now, you're going to see 100 people pour into the live stream. That's how it works on here on the social media platform of YouTube. If everyone hits a like button, all the people start running into the building. Yes, I'm conflicted with a couple things because I like Deion Sanders. I like what he stands for, that he just goes for it. And he goes, look, I have a bad second. I have a bad minute. I have a bad hour, but I never have a bad day. And he leaves this charismatic approach. He leaves this, opportunity for people to follow his lead. His teammates respect him. His players respect him. I will tell you, the players that were there when he arrived, and he goes, look, you're not going to start. You're out of here. A lot of them would say, look, it was screwed up, or lack of a better term, it was fucked up. These parents are like, you're coming in here telling my kid he's not playing. He's been here this whole time. He told them the truth. He told them the truth. He goes, I'm players from Jackson State. I'm bringing players from this school. I'm bringing players from that school. They're coming in the transfer portal. So you're not play here. He's going to play here. And I'm just saying, at first I'm like, this guy's building. And I said, I don't like how he's handling that. And then I said, you know what? Tell these young men the truth. Look, you're not fast enough. You're not strong enough. We're trying to build a program here with the best, most elite players, most elite talent. I think that's what he did, and I can't really knock that he did that. I just think that was a little awkward for those parents and those players that had to start leaving and transferring out and looking at other schools and looking at other opportunities and other locker rooms because they weren't going to play. But he did all that, and now he's leaving. So now I'm like, shit, man, I thought about this all season. When his son goes to the NFL, I wasn't sure if he'd want to coach, but I started thinking, if he goes to the NFL, will he want to stay back? Will he want to stay back and legit stay with Colorado when his son leaves? And that's the concern that I see is why would your coach out in Colorado, you're not living where you grew up at. If they grew up in Miami and then he coached in Colorado, or say he coached in Miami and his son left, he grew up in Miami, lives in Miami, I can see that. But he wears his cowboy hat out there. I don't think Deion Sanders wants to be living in Colorado. I just don't think when his son leaves, Travis Hunter leaves, his family kind of structure leaves, he could still recruit there. I like Shedeur Sanders. I'm not saying Shedeur Sanders is the best college football player. I'm not saying he's a top 2 quarterback. A lot of people say that he's one of the best quarterbacks in the draft. Maybe one of the top quarterbacks, but I'm not saying he's the best quarterback in college football. I think he has the most hype in college football. I think him with Travis Hunter having the best receiver DB combination. He's got one of the best players to throw to in college football. I think that was helpful. Put up a lot of yards. I think they lost some games they could have won. And I also think they played some good games that they arguably could have lost. So, look, Deion Sanders has put the program on the map, number one. I'll leave you guys with this as we crush through from 10 to 10:30 in the morning here live as we on our way in the vehicle here. I want to make sure I'm on here talking with you guys every damn day if possible. And I want to say something to all of you before I finish the show today. Make sure you add TikTok. Okay, I'm on TikTok. I did some stuff on there. A lot of viewership comes in. I'm going to be live on TikTok throughout the day. And when our new platform gets built, we will be live on every social media platform at one time. We'll be live on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube all at the same time. And it builds a massive movement. We'll be doing that. But currently, right now, I'm going to jump on TikTok later on and do some cool stuff in the office at the new studio we're going to be having in there. So that's going to be pretty exciting. And I see some people in here that are popping in here. I still see Jeff Lee, Pimple, Mama, Miss Lex. I love all you guys coming into the chat in the morning as we get ready to build this platform. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to take some trips and hang out with some of you guys. Will be really cool. But look, for lack of a better term here, and lack of real, because we don't know what he's going to do, what Deion Sanders is going to do. I will say this, though. How do you think the program feels about Deion Sanders wanting to leave? What I think is they knew all along that this was going to be something where Deion Sanders comes in and then Deion Sanders leaves because he's not from Colorado. Deion Sanders is going to leave the program, and I believe that Colorado knew from the very beginning, come in here and give me all your efforts, Deion, Coach Prime. Come in here and give me everything you got, because when you're done here and you head into the NFL, I want you to leave the everlasting mark on Colorado. And he's left the everlasting mark on Colorado that people will never forget. Came in there and turned their whole platform into a whole new media opportunity. Look at this, even opportunities for the NIL program to get paid for certain deals, the NIL program to step up. I'm talking people, I'm not, no way, shape, or form is this exact companies. I'm just giving you an opportunity. Taco Bell, McDonald's, like they'll step in there and be like, whoa, Travis Hunter, yeah, let's sponsor you, right? Obviously, ESPN, Toyota, companies like that. They saw Travis Hunter and go, whoa, we can work with you. Adidas, Nike, Gatorade, Under Armour. Like all these companies understand that Travis Hunter is a beast. And guess what? Having Coach Prime bring the media attention to Travis Hunter every freaking day on and off the field. Obviously, we're going to talk about Travis Hunter's relationship. That whole issue is in a little bit of a debacle right now with his, wife. Was a fiance, wife, whatever you want to call it. His relationship is in shambles over social media to the point where they deleted their social media accounts because they couldn't take it anymore. And I get it. They're in that man's life and his girl's life, posted shit from time ago. And, all this stuff is attention that was coming in because he's a great player, but also because Coach Prime brings all that to Colorado. And that's one thing they could thank. They could thank Deion for bringing all that. But the drop off, okay? We're talking, this isn't you lost a receiver. This isn't you lost your quarterback. This is you lost the godfather of your program. Deion Sanders, am I wrong? Deion Sanders is the godfather right now of Colorado. This damn coffee, man. Coffee is not good if you get iced coffee, it's good. If hot coffee, it's good. If you get hot coffee that turns into cold coffee because you're not drinking it, that's just not good. So we got to sip on it. Yeah, so Deion is going to make his changes. Deion is going to leave. The New York Jets. Let's talk about the New York Jets for a second. The New York Jets sucked this year. And they sucked last year. Aaron Rodgers was trash this year. And last year he didn't play. No disrespect to Aaron Rodgers. I like Aaron Rodgers, but we got to call a spade a spade. He was great in his time. Love watching him. The Lambeau Leap out in Green Bay. Love watching him out there. It was awesome. Wisconsin was awesome. He was great. For the New York Jets, he has been trash. And it isn't just his fault, I'm sure. There's a lot going on in the organization. He's been trash there. And it's just is what it is on his way out. Everybody has that time, except for people like Tom Brady who just keep on winning and winning and winning and winning. And it's the exception to the rule, right? Exception to the rule. But at this point, when I take a look at the program at Colorado, the drop off they are going to have when Deion leaves is going to be, I'm not going there anymore. There's some people that could not go other places that will still go to Colorado because they think it has a little bit of a buzz. But Deion Sanders is the buzz. Coach Prime is the buzz of Colorado. And I will tell you this, the minute he leaves there, The minute he leaves Colorado, you're going to see that team go from where they're at. You know, if they're 9-3 team or whatever, you're going to see a 6-6 football program. They'll win some games, depending on who they play. If they play in a big conference, obviously you're going to see them getting smacked by teams. You're going to see teams like Florida State who sucked. Florida, like some of these teams that sucked this past year that should be good, they're going to be coming back, swinging, getting the players they should be getting again, and they're going to come back and they're going to smack teams like Colorado. Will never happen. Deion was the only reason why Colorado was balling, and I'm not saying that I don't like Colorado. I think Colorado's cool. I've been there. A good school, fun place to play, probably an awesome play out, snowboarding, skiing, cool place to go get a house in the mountains. That's cool. But we're talking about the football program, and Deion Sanders is wholeheartedly that football program. And let me tell you this, Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, they were also that whole football program, and they're going to be going too. So you lose Travis Hunter, you lose Shedeur Sanders, and you lose Deion Sanders, and you even lose Shallow, the other freaking son of Deion Sanders back there that played DB. He's gone too. And I'm not saying that he was overly talented. I'm just saying he's going too. Eventually. So when all this goes on, and the transfers start leaving, they're not going to leave Miami, Florida. They're not going to leave the Sunshine State. They're not going to leave South Florida, tropical beaches and fun and beautiful scenic views and all this kind of stuff. And obviously down here, beautiful women and all these things going on, the beaches and bikinis. They're not going to leave that to go up and play Colorado football. It's not going to happen. Not without Coach Prime. So the drop-off, it comes down to it, is going to be tough. And I'm sorry if I'm buffering on there. I saw it. And Jackson State, Ketcho, I agree with that. Jackson State, that's a program that will be good. At a smaller program, when you beef those up, they will be good. Jackson State, teams like, Dakota has been good. Montana, we saw them play this past week in college football championships. The AA schools or even the smaller schools that play in those smaller conferences, those are easier because they're not getting, they're not going to compete. Like Colorado literally brought in all those recruits in a matter of days. And when those all recruits come in and they go, you know what, I'm not going there anymore, you're going to lose those massive, massive, massive opportunities. And you're going to end up, I'm telling you, what your normal recruits that you typically would get. And guess what? Once that happens, the whole program is going to literally be in shambles. And when I say shambles, I'm not saying they can't play good football. I'm saying they're going to be in shambles because of the drop-off. It's like 1 year, you're I'm not saying they're unbelievable, but for where they were, they're pretty damn unbelievable. And after that, the drop-off's going to be, well, shit, you don't have Coach Prime. Without Coach Prime, it's going to be crazy. So, it is what it is. Guys, I appreciate you jumping in here on the road as we're cruising in here, getting ready to expand the program. Miss all you guys. You guys are awesome. Kiko, Pimple Mama, Kentrell. Look, Jeff Lee, as I'm going on. Brenda, I appreciate you guys. Miss Lex, throw your favorite emoji in the chat right now. Nathan in the building, we appreciate you. I even saw, who came in here today? Cam Duncan, appreciate that. I'm going to start reading some of these. Kenyatta came into the building. We appreciate that. I'm scrolling up, taking a look. Brittany came in to hang out for a little bit. Devon, everyone that's coming into the chat, hanging out, having a good time. I appreciate it. Talking about Deion Sanders, jumping ship, heading off. And look, here's the problem. And I'll leave with this. If he jumps ship, heads out, leaves Colorado, and goes to the NFL, you're going to go, oh, Deion's going to the Jets. Oh, guess where Shedeur Sanders is going? To the Jets. Like blocking every other team. And I think, let me tell you something. He goes to the Jets. The trades that they're going to try to get, the Jets have some good players. Don't get me wrong. The Jets got some pretty damn good players. But the problem is, as a team, as a unit, where Aaron Rodgers, slowing down, they need some talent that's going to come in and work a little bit of younger talent. We'll see what happens with that. I can't wait to get on here live and have a conversation with these star people that are going to come on the show. They're going to join us in split screen mode like this, having a good time. Love and appreciate all you guys. We're going to have a great time. The Bills catch up. The Bills are rocking and rolling. We're going to get to the NFL playoffs. We're going to talk about that. If you have TikTok, get on there. Make sure you add me on TikTok. There's going to be a lot of people on the TikTok account. Thousands of people coming there when you do live shows. And that is going to be a very big live stream on there. Make sure if you have TikTok, go on there, add me on there. Brandon Mason Show. It's the same thing. You're going to see a lot of people in there. And YouTube, the partnership programs that we have building are going to start this year. So there's going to be a lot of cool things. And guess what? We got the NFL playoff games. We're going to be live for some playoff games. We're going to see at the NFL, and YouTube lets us go live. That gets thousands of people on there, and then sometimes it was giving us a hard time. We're going to see if we can do that with some NFL games. I think we're going to do a Bills game, playoff game for those Bills fans out there. And on top of that, we're going to get ready for the NBA playoffs after that. You know there's going to be thousands and thousands for the NBA games. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to do that. And listen, for the people that are in the freaking Mason mob, we're going to do a party in Miami, and you guys are all invited. You guys are all invited. You show up. Everything's paid for. Food, drinks, boat. It's all paid for the Mason mob. I want you guys to be down there having a good time. I appreciate you guys. Love all you guys. And I will see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. We got a lot to talk about, and I'm in the car pulling up. Right now I'm in the Grove, Coconut Grove, right next to downtown. And as we pull in here, we're looking at a new office here that we could possibly have our full headquarters in. So I'm checking it out right now. And once I get out of there, I will be live. And I will be also on TikTok live. So make sure you guys get on TikTok and add that Brandon Mason Show on TikTok. Make sure you do that. I'm going to follow you today if you add me. And you will be live on that platform. Be able to hang out and call you guys in with lots and lots of people. All love to you guys. I will see you guys soon. You guys are the best. And this is going to continue building and growing. I apologize. It moves a lot faster and builds very quickly. We're on every day. And I had to build the program and build the studio the way that we needed to get it rocking and rolling. All love to you guys. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. See you guys soon.